Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Mr. Kadim Khan and I am a lecturer in the Institute of Computing, Guwahati University of Science and Technology. Today we will take lecture number 20 of the subject of Object-Oriented Analysis and Design, in which we will discuss the swing and AWT components in Java. Here in this language, we will explain the JImageIcon, JRadioButton, JCheckbox with the Java programming examples. This is the discussion agenda. It contains the topics of JImageIcon, JRadioButton, JCheckbox, and the Java examples of all these controls. First of all, we have the JImageIcon. Dear students, as you know by its name, the image icon is used to show the image of different extension on the GUI of the Java. For example, here you can see this is the GUI and here is the image in somewhere on this GUI. So this image is used to plot by the image icon of the Java class. This is the constructor of the image icon. In the constructor, we pass here the path of the image. So here is the image icon class. Icon is the object. For example, it can be your user defined objects is equal to new is the operator which provides the memory to the icon objects, and image icon is a constructor in which we pass the parameter of the path of the image where it is stored with the image name and with the extension. This is the image icon example in Java. Now here we will plot this image on the GUI of the Java. First of all, in the coding we have to import the libraries. So first we have the import java.awt.static, then we import java.awt.event. So abstracts windowing toolkit libraries are very much important. AWT library is used for the plotting of the GUI. This is used for the plotting of the container which contains different components of the GUI. Then we have awt.event.static. This is used for event oriented programming. If you want to perform certain sort of the mouse or keyboard event, then you use the awt.event.static library. And then we have the javax.swings library. This library is important because when we use the swing components, then we use javax.swings.static library. Now we have a public class frame1 extends JFrame. Public class frame1 extends JFrame is in fact our own class which is inherited from the JFrame class, while the JFrame class is inside of the swings.static library. And here it is the inheritance. That means JFrame is the parent class of the frame1. This is the constructor. In a constructor we have the super method image demo. It defines the title of the GUI. Then we have the JPanel content new JPanel. It defines the inside of the container. When you want to define your GUI or you want to design your GUI, first of all you have to declare the JPanel, put all the controls into the JPanel object, then also put the JPanel object into the container of the GUI. Now content.setLayout new flow layout, it means that the different controls which are added into the JPanels are in fact in the free fall look. So that means first control will appear on the top and second one will appear on the bottom. But when we resize the window, so the controls may appear one after the other in the rows. Next, this dot content pane content. That means that the panel is added into the content pane of the Java. And this is the current class object. This means that the content or the panel is added into the current class object of the GUI, which is frame1, and it is extended from the JFrame. Now icon new image icon f dash and then slash celsius.png. This defines the image icon object, and the image icon constructor takes the parameters of the image path. The image path may be the particular path of your hard disk. Then we have JLabel new JLabel icon. Dear students, remember that image icon should be passed into the constructor of the any component. For example, JLabel or JTextBuild or any other. So icon will be here particular image, not a label of or a string. Then label dot set bounds 20 comma 20 150 comma 150. Here we have defined the bounds are the location of the label. So it means that x1, y1, x2, y2, this is the first point and this is the second point. First point will be there, this position, and the second 150 comma 150 will be this position. So that's mean image can be drawn from here towards this points, that is up to here. So that's mean this define the full size of the image. So 20 comma 20 means first point is 20 pixel from the x-axis and 20 pixel from the downward, that is y-axis. And then also the next point is 150 comma 150, that means that this point will be the final point. Content dot add label, here the label is added into the panel. This dot set size 20 comma 200 comma 200, this defines the size of the full window. And this dot set visible true means the window will be appear when the program is executed. If we define the false, that means that window will be not appear. Public stated void main, this is the void main function, and every Java program must have one void main function because the program execution starts from the void main. Frame 1 app is equal to new frame 1. Here we have defined the object of the frame 1 because when object is instantiated, automatically the constructor is called, and in the constructor we have first defined the GUI, and if there is another code, for example event handling, this will be also called by defining or instantiating the constructor. Now this dot default close operation jframe dot exit on close, this means that when the cross button or the close button is clicked, then the window will be disappear. And here is the end of the void main and end of the class. End of the class from here to here. Okay. Now dear students, we will execute this code in our Java Eclipse IDE. For this purpose, press escape button so that the slide may be stopped. Here the slides has been slideshow is stopped. Now copy this side of the code first. Here I have copied, and next open your Eclipse IDE. You can also take a new projects for it, and if you want to execute it in the existing project, just anyone in the existing project paste this code. So here I will paste the code from the slide. One side of the code has been pasted. Now also copy this side of the code, Control C, and paste it here, Control V. Now pasting is completed, but it has the error because here the class A is the Java class. Our class is class A in this file, but in the code it is the frame 1. So for this purpose, you have to change the class name, also change in the constructor class A. Okay. Now also change the object instantiated for class name class A. Okay. Now the code has been completed. Here all changes are completed. Now after making changes in the program, now I will execute this code. To execute this code, press the run button or press the run menu from the sub menu from the run menu, or press Ctrl F11. So here I will run this code. Now this is the output. You can see that the image is not coming full. So to make it more full window, so just change it, for example 300 comma 300, the size of the window. Click on run again. Now you can see this is the full image of the Celsius. Who is the inventor of the Celsius temperature scale 1700 to 1 to 1744. This is the era of the Celsius. Now you can see that the image icon is completely plotted on the window. Again I will run this, and this is the output. Now we will continue the next control. The next control is JRadioButton. JRadioButton is another control of JavaX.Swings library. Here it is the JRadioButton class and is used to group java.awt.button groups where at most one can be selected. So in the JRadioButtons, we can select only one option, while against the JCheck checkbox button, where you can select the multiple options. This is the constructor of the JRadioButton. JRadioButton RB1 is equal to new JRadioButton yes, comma true. So yes is the label which will appear on the JRadioButton, and true means that it will be checked. JRadioButton RB1 is equal to new JRadioButton no false. So no means that it will be no label on the radio button, and false means it will be not checked or not true. Now this example creates a group of 3 radio buttons. Put them in a grid layout or on a panel, or put a title each border around them. Okay, dear students, first remember that, for example, there are 3 buttons. So if you want to group them, you must have to place all these 3 buttons on a panel. So you must have to use the panel so that they may be grid and they may be aligned with each other or grouped with each other. Now, for example, look at here that JRadioButtons yes button is equal to new JRadioButton yes, comma true. This is the first radio button that we have declared. And next one JRadioButton no button is equal to new JRadioButton no false. First one will be true by default, and second one will be false, and the label will be no. And the third one JRadioButton maybe if button new JRadioButton maybe, and it will also be false, and maybe will be the label on the button. Now we will define the button group new button group. Here we have defined the group. We will add all these 3 radio buttons into this bg group. So bg group dot add yes button semicolon, bg group dot add no button semicolon, and bg group dot add maybe button semicolon. Now we will define the jpanel radio button. Here you will define any sort of the object of the jpanel. This is exactly like a variable. All the rules will be applied here. So radio panel is equal to new jpanel. Radio panel dot set layout new grid layout 3 comma 1. So this will be like a table, and there will be 3 rows and 1 column. So 3 rows mean 3, and only 1 column is required. So that's why 3 comma 1 is the parameters we have passed into the grid layout. Next, radio panel dot add yes button, and radio panel dot add no button, and radio panel dot add maybe. So here we have added all these 3 radio button into the panel. And radio panel dot set border factory dot create title border factory dot create h borders comma married. So married will be the label on the panel, and it has the title border, and in fact it will be a create HE border. These are types of different sort of the borders. For example, this one title is married and it is the HE border. Okay, now this is the example of the radio button. Here we will perform different sort of the examples. Dear students, example will be performed in the next video because already we have about to consume the 15 minutes of the first video. So thank you for watching.